My career as an automotive improvement expert began when I modified my first car. Since then, as a car enthusiast and published author, my obsession with the automobile has led me to enhance tons of vehicles, both inside and out. That's why I'm thrilled to be a part of a brand new series designed to help keep your car looking great and your engine running like new. I'm Chris Duke, and welcome to eHow's Auto Center, brought to you by Mobil 1.
Hey Chris, I change all the oil in my cars and I really enjoy doing it. It saves me time and money. I was wondering if you have any pointers for me and all the other DIY guys on which oil to choose.
Well, thanks for your question. Now, shops often use a lower grade of oil to cut costs unless you specifically ask for a certain brand or type of oil. Now, the best thing to do is to buy your own oil and change it yourself. By shopping for oil locally or online, you have a much wider choice and range of brands to choose from. So let's take a look at the tools you'll need and walk through the steps so you're sure to do it right. You'll need car ramps or a jack and jack stands, wheel chocks, a screwdriver, various sized sockets, a ratchet, torque wrench, oil filter wrench, rubber gloves, paper towels, oil drain pan, oil catch mat, funnel, crush washer, oil filter, and of course, new quarts of oil. The first thing you'll want to do is drain the old oil from your engine. But before you do so, there are a few things to check. First, make sure your engine is cooled down so you don't burn yourself. Pick up a set of ramps from your local auto parts store. They're usually $50 or less, plus they're easier and safer to use than a jack and jack stands. Also, chock the rear tires. Next, before you drain your old oil, remove your fill cap. If your vehicle has a plastic engine cover underneath your car, you'll need to remove that first. It's usually held in place by several screws. Place an oil drain pan directly below the oil drain plug. There are several different types of drain pans you can buy. I recommend one like this, which can be sealed up and carried to your local auto parts store for recycling. Grab your ratchet and a socket to slowly loosen the drain plug. It will start to drip out even before the plug is completely removed, so be ready for it. Use an oil filter wrench to remove your old oil filter. Since the oil filter holds quite a bit, have your drain pan ready to catch that oil. After all the oil has been drained and filter removed, you can reinstall the drain plug. You should first inspect it to make sure that the threads look okay, then replace the crush washer, which usually costs less than $1. If it looks fine, then you can reinstall it by hand and torque it down 20 to 25 foot-pounds. Just be careful not to over-tighten it. Check your repair manual for the proper torque setting. Now that we have the old oil out, let's talk about the best stuff to pour back in. There's a wide variety of types of motor oil that you can use, from synthetic to conventional, with various viscosities. Full synthetic motor oil lasts longer and maintains its viscosity better under extreme cold and hot temperatures. Your repair manual will tell you exactly which type and viscosity to use. Before you put on your new oil filter, fill it half to 3/4 of the way with new motor oil, so that when you start your engine, it doesn't have to fill your filter all the way with motor oil before it gets into the engine. Make sure you have the gasket in place and put a thin layer of motor oil on top of the gasket. Install your new oil filter by loosely turning it until it stops. Now give it one more full turn. Now, like the drain plug, you don't want to over-tighten it. You can check your repair manual for the proper torque spec and use an oil filter and cap wrench like this one, along with a torque wrench. Before you add new oil, you'll need to know just how many quarts of oil your vehicle will take. Refer to your owner's manual to find that out. With our oil drained and the new filter installed, we can pour in the new oil. Be sure to have a funnel handy, otherwise it's gonna get really messy. Check your dipstick and add more oil if needed. Then, start the vehicle, and while it's running, check under the vehicle for any leaks, and check the dipstick once again. Add more oil if needed, but remember to never overfill. Now when you're done, lower your car off the ramp so it's back on a level surface, and check your oil level once again. Thanks again for your question. Now, changing your own oil isn't difficult at all, and it's a great way to spend quality time right here in the garage with your closest friend, your car. For eHow's Auto Center, I'm Chris Duke. Here's to helping keep your car running like new.